folks, welcome in again to a new episode of Take It to the House. If you like what you're listening to, like what you're seeing, please smash that little bell, subscribe, leave a comment. It means the absolute world to me. But today, I felt I had to come on here to discuss an article I wrote on the Finsider and just kind of what's going on social media. I know this is not going to be the two tongue of a little stuff. There is a report out from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN that he declined a offer from the Miami Dolphins. We should not be surprised that the two sides are trying to make an agreement work, right? And that they're going to go back and forth before this thing does get done. Going to wait to touch on that. Going to wait to talk about the OTA stuff until he actually, misses a mandatory practice at OTAs. So today I'm going to focus on 2024, the NFLPA Rookie Premiere, and our very own Jaylen Wright, the fourth-round pick that the Miami Dolphins traded a 2025 third-round pick to move up and get. Obviously, the Dolphins had two coming in compensatory wise, at least if Robert Hunt plays the appropriate amount of snaps and things like that. But it does seem like the Dolphins are going to get two-thirds and a seventh-round pick compensatory next year. So they used a third-round pick, their very own, and moved up to get running back Jaylen Wright in the fourth round. He was the 120th overall pick. And yesterday at the 2024 Rookie Premiere in Los Angeles, we got our first look at Jaylen Wright in his Miami Dolphin threads. Check it out. And now on top of that, earlier in the week, we even got a nice little it was from rookie mini camps. We saw Jaylen Wright put a mean cut. Dude looked like an absolute menace. We saw the visor, which we did not see at the rookie premiere. I think that'll be okay, but Jaylen Wright's an exciting pick for the Miami Dolphins. The fact that they not only went up there knowing that the Dallas Cowboys had interest, but also before that huge run on the running back position, you have to think that the Dolphins felt that he was their guy, and they went up there, got him, added him to this running back room with Raheem Mostert, who just led the league in rushing touchdowns, Devon Achane, who looked like an absolute star when he was healthy, and now you got Jaylen Wright. So this is an explosive running back that, as I'm going to talk about, is bringing a different dynamic to this Miami Dolphins backfield. So let's jump into the All-22. But as you'll see, this guy really started to come on last season, bulked up a little bit, carried the ball 137 times for 1,013 yards and 4 touchdowns. He can do a little bit of everything, but what I liked most was his ability in pass protection. So let's check out the All-22 and talk about Jaylen Wright and do a little bit of a film breakdown now that we finally got our first look of him in a Miami Dolphins uniform. So let's go ahead and dive into the film breakdown. Here's the first game against Georgia. You see him take a toss to the outside, not much blocking, just beats the dude to the edge. And that's that 4.38 speed that we see. One of the biggest negatives against Jaylen Wright coming out is the fact that he was going against a lot of soft boxes there. You saw how he could pass protect a little bit. Here he is just exploding through the middle of the hole. And yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest gripes is people are saying that he's going up against small boxes. I mean, or smaller boxes. I mean, right there, they're just not ready for it. And he just runs right up the middle. Nice seal there from the guard and center. And he's just gone. Explosion, man. 4.38 speed. I cannot believe the Dolphins, are adding this to their backfield. Right here he is again and a little bit in pass protection. Here he's putting a nice cut on and bouncing things outside like it's Madden. There he breaks a tackle. And that's the one thing with Jaylen Wright. He does seem and feel and look a little bit bigger and, maybe more physical than some of these other guys. Right here, he puts a juke and then stiff arm. I know a lot of people are comparing him to Jay Ajayi. I said maybe this is Jay Ajayi if he had, good knees coming out, because let's be honest, the speed is the kind of the difference between the two, right? I mean, you can see where some might see the Jay Ajayi in him. He has a quick little scamper to him and a little bit bigger of a back, but here he is bouncing things outside again and just going all out, right? He's just balls to the wall. I don't give a shit. Here he's on a swing pass, a juke. And that's how, I mean, how are they going to get him involved right there? Nice blitz pickup. I mean, that's the physicality that you love to see. And that's how I do think he's going to get on the field sooner than later. Here he is again, cutting it to the outside. Is that going to work in the NFL? Probably not. But when the biggest gripe is, the soft boxes and things, well, guess what? You're coming to Miami where you got all these explosive playmakers and defenses are going to be scared to play you that way. So, intrigued to see the way he develops and, comes along, how they utilize him in year one, how many snaps he gets when you do have a Raheem Mostert or Devon Achane, as I mentioned. Here he is, being a little check down guy late in the game. Ref got destroyed there. RIP ref. This shows a little bit more of his playmaking ability and, in the passing game. Here, I think that was a one-handed catch. My eyes aren't what they used to be. I think there's another angle of it. Maybe it's a different play I'm thinking of. Here he is. Look, Milton rolls out behind him. Look, yeah. He picks up some yak, gets the first down. And I mean, what more could you ask for in that situation? Here he is, another pass protection. Nothing crazy, but it's an element that some of these other guys don't do. Right here, you love the way he has that one cut and just explodes through holes, right? But I can see why people are worried how it might translate, but I'm not too concerned. The Miami Dolphins had a vision when they went up and got him, and you can see the skills are there. Dude, yeesh, he gone. He gone. He gone. Watch him just explode through his hole. Boing. Nope. A lot of defenders out of place on that one. This dude hauling ass. He gone. And that's it. So I'm sitting here looking at my cut up on Twitter. If I do have any more clips, I'll probably play it right in this area. But there it was, Jaylen Wright, the All-22. You can see the explosions there, right? 4.38 speed. He looks like he's a bit more physical, can break some tackles. The biggest concern is that he went against a lot of soft boxes. But again, when you got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, you got Jonnu Smith, you got Devon Achane, you got Raheem Mostert, you got all those playmakers on offense. You're not going to be going against a lot of defenses that want to come up there and, test those waters, right? Because now you got Tua Tagovailoa also, um, uh, elite accuracy, can put the football wherever he needs to. So yeah, defenses aren't going to test him that way. So Jaylen Wright, Dolphins saw a player that they're going to utilize long term, a guy that can, maybe fill that role with Raheem Mostert, take on a bit more of the workload than maybe a Devon Achane, but stoked to see what he can bring. And I know he's wearing number 25, and I know some people are upset that it's Xavier Howard's number, and that leads me to my last point. Yesterday on Instagram, Xavier Howard commented on the picture of Jaylen Wright, and it said, "Hey, I need my jersey back, bro. I'm just playing, but go crazy, number 25." So I think Xavier Howard was joking, but at the same time, he does not have a new team. So could he potentially want to come back to Miami? He sees what they're building here. Maybe he doesn't want quite as much money as he once did because he's starting to see his market dry up. All jokes aside, I do think that at another point, maybe we see Jaylen Wright in that number 0, but jersey matters. Jersey numbers do not matter. Stoked to see what Jaylen Wright can do in this offense. And stoked to be continue to come on here and do some of these film breakdowns and react to some of this news. Again, I'm not going to talk about the Tua Tagovailoa stuff. That's my boy. If he does, legit continue to decline contracts and maybe hold out of OTAs, then I will straight up feel like, Roman Reigns when Seth Rollins hit him in the back with a steel chair. But until that happens, I'm not too upset. Obviously, Tua has to look out for himself. The Miami Dolphins, honestly, have to look out for themselves, right? We saw Tua Tagovailoa play absolutely lights out last season, led the league in passing. Obviously, we want to see him win a game in January, but um, it was his first healthy season. So the Dolphins are looking at it from that perspective. Tua is sitting there looking at it from his long-term perspective, and something's going to give. They're going to find a way to get this done because we know around what the numbers are. We see some of those other quarterbacks get paid, and it might make you feel queasy, the Dolphins giving up that much money, but it's the way of the land, right? We just saw Jared Goff get paid. We see some of the other contracts going around. So it is what it is. Get prepared for whatever the Dolphins' next moves are. We know June 1st, I believe the Dolphins are getting some cash money, the Birdman. I will be back to discuss the Miami Dolphins schedule later in the week. We do have a new episode of another Dolphins podcast dropping this morning when I believe OTAs are beginning for the Miami Dolphins. So whether you're listening to this Sunday night and I do get this out or it's Monday morning, enjoy your week. Have a great work week. Thank you so much for supporting me. Again, leave a comment. Hit the little bell button, hit the little thumbs up button, do whatever you can to spread this around so I can continue to do it. Hopefully you can see a noticeable difference in my camera. I got out my USB camera, HD and all that stuff. So hopefully it looks better. I will continue to do some of these film breakdowns. I have some Jordan Brooks stuff on my computer. I have all the free agents still I got to drop. Taj Washington, Malik Washington. I try to throw things down on X or Twitter, whatever it's called, but coming on here and being able to talk through it and, do a legit cut up is what I'm hoping to do as the season progresses. But thank you guys so much for listening to Take It to the Houtz. I am Josh Houtz. Follow me on Twitter at Houtz. But until then, I'll talk to you next time. And fins up, baby.